What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NBA DFS video. It is Thursday. It is January 23rd. We're already inching our way to February, which is awesome. We are back with another video. If you've never been here before, we do have giveaways every single day. Here's how to win. Like the video, be a YouTube subscriber to the page, and leave a comment on the video. If this video gets at least 50 likes, you will have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus. That is a week of all sports. So a week of NBA, NFL for the last time this weekend. Very sad. Tier. We've got PGA, which has already started, but you'll get the start of next week's tournament. MMA as well. NASCAR coming back in MLB in the near future. If this video gets at least 100 likes, you'll have a chance at a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass worth $500. Second way to win. Somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword or key phrase. Be on the lookout for it. Listen for it. Type it in and have a second chance at a free week. Now, we will have the giveaway at the end of the video, so stick around to see if you are a winner from yesterday's video. And you can win every single day. You just got to come back every day, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Anytime we have at least 5 games on the slate, we give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks through projections. So we've already simulated 10,000 times. So we have 10,000 simulations. We're going to give you the early projections there. Now, there are a ton of guys that are the questionable tags or already ruled out. So with the questionable tags, we'll wait throughout the day. If something needs to be updated, we will update that. So that is why I tell everyone, go to the website about an hour or two before tip-off at nighttime, and we have updated projections, updated simulations, cheat sheet, and optimal lineups there as well. So that being said, we are going to dig into it. We actually killed it yesterday. I had a comment on yesterday's video. This was the lineup that we gave out on DraftKings. I made no changes to it. Because I was traveling and I didn't have time to change it. So Tobias Harris really let us down. Aaron Wiggins let us down. And Nick Smith, who was my favorite value play, let us down. But we still put up 334.25. I had a comment yesterday from a, I want to say it's a new subscriber, or I haven't seen the name very much. P Wayne 219 sent a super chat, which was awesome. Thank you so much for that super chat. If you guys want to send a super chat, you want to send a Cash App, tip, or whatever you want to call it, very much appreciated. So thank you so much, P Wayne. Hump day was a great day. This lineup crushed it. I made a few changes and got first place. Awesome job you're doing, bro. Thank you so much. Hopefully, let me know how much you took down. Like, was it a big tournament? So here's what we do. Anyone that uses our logo, which you can ask for or you can find, and you put it on FanDuel or DraftKings, and you take down a first place like this, and it's at least $1,000 first place prize, we will give you a free month of FTA Plus. So just FYI next time. So our lineup yesterday, I didn't really do anything else to it. I do update them usually, but again, wasn't around when lock or anything like that in the afternoon. I had to take my son to a doctor's appointment, and then the roads were terrible. It usually will update. So what we'll do is we'll give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position. And then towards the end, we'll build a DraftKings lineup, we'll build a FanDuel lineup, and we'll build a Yahoo lineup for the certain people that are there. Also be on the lookout either later today or tomorrow. We will break down the conference championship. That video will be out live. We'll break down everything with that. And on top of that, we'll build lineups for you. So that being said, SGA at the top of point guards. Yesterday, he was my favorite play. As you can see on here, he was our picture of the video and the article, and he absolutely murdered. He went for 80 plus, a career high. Now, this is the second game of a back-to-back. I have him projected at 51 fantasy points. Not the best matchup for him, 7th DVP here. I'm always a little bit weary because, again, it's a back-to-back, and he just had a monster game. So be a little bit cautious of that, especially if you're paying $10,500. Second one I've got is Trae Young at 52 fantasy points against Toronto. Scotty Barnes against Atlanta, a great matchup, 28 DVP, 45 fantasy points here. Let me know if anyone got screwed over by the Pelicans game postponed. I was really wondering why, and then I realized, yeah, they have a weird, you guys, or in the South has a weird historic snowstorm that I'm used to, so it's not historic for me, but I know some of you guys in the South have never seen snow, or it's really weird snow. Huge band in the South. Mid-tier for point guard that I'm looking at, Jordan Poole against the Clippers. Not the best matchup for him, but we're looking at 36 fantasy points. Josh Giddey against Golden State, 16th DVP, so right in the middle, about 36 fantasy points. And Austin Reeves against Boston, 19th DVP, about 36 to 38. Trying to find some sort of value here. Now, what I say is every video, the value, what I'm looking at least on DraftKings, value-wise, I am looking for players about 5K or less, and then at minimum 5 times value. Now, these are early projections. Again, things will change. There are a ton of guys. As you can see, there are a ton of guys here that are out or lower that we'll see. But looking at some sort of value here. Dennis Schroeder, I love Dennis Schroeder today. Looking at him, going up against Chicago, 29th out of 30th DVP, looking about 27 to 30 fantasy points. Terry Rozier for Miami against Milwaukee, 25th DVP, 24 fantasy points. Now, this might be a value pick because Jimmy Butler has been suspended. He missed the plane, the whole drama of him wanting to get traded or whatever's going on. You could see Terry Rozier here. Hasn't done much. The minutes are there. He might see a boost with Jimmy Butler out. Now, 5,300 projection. I'm looking about 25. It could see 30. It will depend on the minutes that he gets. If, in fact, he does get a boost of minutes. And then going a little bit lower, Lonzo Ball. Looking at Lonzo against Golden State, 16 DVP, about 24 to 28 fantasy points. Again, with all of these value plays, they're very contingent on the minutes played. So with value, they usually come off the bench, or they're getting thrown into the starting lineup because someone got suspended or someone got hurt during warm-ups. Whatever the case is, be on the lookout for that. All right, so we are looking at the shooting guard position. Luka being out, Kyrie's at the top there. Not the best matchup against OKC. Second DVP, looking about 42 to 45 fantasy points. Zach LaVine against Golden State, 22nd DVP here. I love that matchup there. 42 to 45 fantasy points. And then Tyler Hero, who also could get a boost. Questionable, missed the last game. Looks like he's probable. And looking at Milwaukee, 25th DVP, about 40 to 45 fantasy point range. Mid-tier, looking here at shooting guard, depending on how far down we want to go. Got Jamal Murray. Looking at him against Sacramento, not the best matchup, but a 35 to 36 fantasy point range. Dyson Daniels against Toronto, 20th DVP, about 34 to 38 fantasy points. And then a little bit lower, Shaedon Sharpe against Orlando, 4th DVP, 28 to 30 fantasy point range at 5,800. Then we come down the list here, depending on where you want to go. And depending on how far down you want to go, around the 4,000 mark, you could see Bojanovic against Toronto. Obviously, they have the day off yesterday. 7th DVP, 25 fantasy points. Carlton Carrington against the Clippers, 1st DVP, 24 to 26, but he has screwed us over so much, I am off of him. I'd rather look a little bit at Corey Kispert, 23 to 25 fantasy points, 18th DVP for Kispert. Sorry, I'm still stuffed up. COVID is still here. I've got a cough. I've got stuffiness for 2 weeks now, and I'm just completely over it. Small forward, Jason Tatum at the top. My problem is he's 9,800. We've got him projected right around 47 to 50. Really not enough to hit value. And if you look at Tatum, for his price, he's not hitting value. Basically, with basketball right now, which is nutso, you need 7 to 8 times value from every single player to take down a GPP. Like our 334 was great. We had someone put up 80, but then we had someone put up 19. Still 334 is awesome, but still got 52nd out of 1,000. So a great like return on investment, but every player needs like the value, and Tatum just hasn't had it. DVP-wise, 23rd out of 30, so a great matchup. Just hasn't had. The minutes are there. Everything's there. You got Jaylen Brown, same thing, against the Lakers, 11th DVP, 40 to 44 fantasy points. RJ Barrett, 37 to 40 fantasy point range is what I'm looking for out of Barrett. And his price of 7,700. Bring it down a little bit. You got Andrew Wiggins against Chicago, 26th DVP, about 32 to 35. You got Kawhi Leonard, who is questionable, so pay attention there. Against Washington, 15th DVP, so right in the middle. Great matchup for him, about 31 to 35. And then we've got Michael Porter Jr. against Sacramento, 17th DVP, about 27 fantasy points out of him. Trying to find some sort of value down here. Depending on where we're at, you want a value pick. Jaime Jaquez Jr. against Milwaukee, 28 DVP, 24, about 25 to 28 fantasy points. Keyshawn George against the Clippers, 25th DVP, 22, which he is 3,800. So if you look at George, minutes-wise, the minutes have been there. Fantasy points are up and down. Mixed results with the minutes, but I mean, at 38.5, he was 3,600, got over 10 times value, still right around that same price the whole time, and it's gone up a little bit. It just depends on value. Max Christie against Boston, 3rd DVP, 22 to 25 fantasy points, and then Lou Dort against Dallas, 21 to 24 fantasy points. Going up to power forward. We got Giannis at questionable. I believe he's probable. Yeah. So definitely pay attention to this. I guess with the Bucks at Miami, see if the Bucks plane got off, was able to leave. If they're able to leave, this game will be played. If not, we could be a little bit concerned here. Definitely could see it. So that is one, Miami, Milwaukee. Pay attention throughout the day. Don't just set this lineup and forget it. But Giannis, if he plays, about 57 to 62. LeBron James, 49 to 50. His price is 10,200. That scares me a little bit. I don't trust him enough. Every time I've built lineups, I've taken him out of my player pool. Now, it did kind of bite us last time, 62 fantasy points at his price of 9,800. He's now 10,200. And the matchup he has is 28th out of 30th DVP. So a great matchup for him. Right around 10K. I don't mind him. The projections are a little bit off. Jalen Johnson against Toronto, 24 DVP, 42 to 48 fantasy points. Mid-tier looking here. Kyle Kuzma against the Clippers, 4th DVP, 35, around 35 fantasy points. PJ Washington, 31 fantasy points. Keegan Murray against Denver, 27 to 30 fantasy points, and not bad at 5K. And then some sort of value down here, depending on where you want to go and what you're looking at. Ryo Hachimura against Boston, 2nd DVP, 24 fantasy points. Jeremy Grant against Orlando, about 24 to 28. Aaron Gordon against Sacramento, 16th DVP, about 20 to 24 fantasy point range. Then we're at the center position. The precipice of greatness, Nikola Jokic, 12,200. All he knows how to do is ball out. 72.75 against Philly. Like I said, I believe I said in that video, he's capable of going for 70 plus. We're never going to project him at 70 plus. We've got him projected at 62 to 65, which is a huge projection right now. I love this matchup for him against Sacramento. 19 DVP out of 30. That is a great matchup. You got Anthony Davis, not the best matchup for him. Questionable tag, probable, same thing. I mean, the probables, the questionable, everything's been there. The minutes are there, coming off 68. So Anthony Davis, great matchup a couple of days ago. Got him projected about 54 to 56 fantasy points. We got Sabonis against Denver, 26 DVP. Great matchup for Sabonis, about 49 to 52. Now, mid-tier, look at this. A lot of people are already out and questionable. You're going to see a ton of value open up throughout the day. But we're looking at Bam Adebayo against Milwaukee, 10th DVP, about 36 to 40 fantasy points. Wendell Carter Jr. against Portland, 27 DVP, 32 to 35. Khalil Ware against Milwaukee, 10th DVP, about 31 to 34 fantasy points. Then we find some sort of value. Brook Lopez against Miami, 20th DVP. Again, if this game gets played, 25 to 28 fantasy points. Jalen Williams against Dallas, 25th DVP, 24 to 26. And then Dorian Finney-Smith against Boston, 28 DVP, 17 to 20 fantasy points. Those are what we're looking at. Those are just some of the projections through the early 10,000 simulations. If you want to see the rest of them, make sure you follow us. Make sure you check out fantasyteamadvisor.com, NBA tab, Vegas odds, pace of play, bets, fantasy points allowed by position, chalk. So if you play cash, you want to play the chalk. If you play tournaments, you want to fade the chalk. That's just how chalk works. Simulations, again, in the afternoon. Get in here in the afternoon about a couple hours before tip-off, and the simulations and projection will be updated. And then we have the cheat sheet, which we have a ton of plays on the cheat sheet as well. So, that being said, let's build an early lineup. Now, again, these are early lineups. Maybe the most amount of people that have been ruled out or questionable this early in the day is wild to me. So I think some of these will change a little bit. But if we're building a lineup, Trae Young, I'm looking at Trae Young. Bojanovic, again, for Atlanta, under 4K is great. Keyshawn George is a tournament pick, more of a boomer bust pick because he's 3,800. The minutes are there. The production just hasn't been there as much as maybe we would like. We got Kyle Kuzma. We got Clint Capella. De'Aaron Fox I'm looking at. DeMar DeRozan I'm looking at. And then Jacob Poeltl I'm looking at. So that's just an early lineup. Just an early lineup that can and most likely will change throughout the day once we get a ton of other news coming out. So the keyword of the day is gaming. Now, there's a lot of new people here, but I mentioned a few months back that I was looking at maybe making a second YouTube channel just about gaming, streaming some games. I play Warzone. Pretty much that's the only game I have time to play with 2 kids. I just don't have time to enjoy much else. I have baseball, and so I have the show and stuff. But would you guys be interested in something like that if I made a second channel? Now, I played and streamed Warzone on our Twitch page yesterday, about 45 minutes. Had some great kills. I'm probably needing an editor just to edit some of these videos. So I'm very curious about getting some edits and putting out on a second channel. I do have a Warzone video filmed yesterday, so if you want to go check it out on Twitch, twitch.tv/ what is the Twitch channel? Probably should know this.
Wait, oh.
Twitch.tv/ Bradley Jings. I will put that in the description of this video. 42-minute video yesterday, 5 views. So I mean, again, I haven't been on the Twitch page in a couple of years. We used to go live every Sunday for NFL and break down on Twitch for 2 hours. I can't do that with kids. It's impossible. They won't leave me alone for 2 hours. But yeah, if you guys are interested, keyword is, I have 93 followers, if that helps. But if you guys are interested in something like that, let me know with a comment down below. Keyword is gaming. Make sure you check that out. So, that being said, built a lineup here early on FanDuel. You can check that out from Trae Young all the way down to Wendell Carter if you want to pause the video and check out the lineup. Again, just be careful with the Milwaukee-Miami game. See if Milwaukee's plane actually was able to take off. And then our Yahoo lineup. Now, again, not a ton of you play Yahoo. I get that. But I wanted to bring it to you. So, we paid up for Bonchero. We paid up for Zach LaVine. We paid down for Khalil Ware. It's weird because Ware is pretty cheap, I believe, on DraftKings and Yahoo. But on FanDuel, he's expensive, or vice versa. Keyshawn George, we paid down at 13. And then kind of balanced with Schroeder, Bojanovic, Reeves, all the way through there. So, again, check those videos out. check those lineups out. Hopefully this video was very informative for you. Hopefully you were able to bring home the bacon and the early projections help you out. Now, that being said, we do have a giveaway. 2 giveaways technically. So, yesterday's video, 421 views, 29 comments, 55 likes. So you have a 1 in 29 chance to win both. Even if the keyword is in the first person here, it's only for getting 50 likes, and then we'll re-roll it with that keyword. So, the winner of a free week just for having 50 likes, Michael Gidron. Hump Day, glad I discovered your content. Love the channel. Love to have you here. We've been doing this for 10 years. Very small channel. Just hit 10,000 subscribers this past summer. Hopefully, we're able to, the algorithm helps us out. So, Michael, all you got to do is email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1 at gmail.com. Let me know if you have, I'm assuming you don't have a username on the website since you just found us. So let me know a username, an email, and a password. We'll get you set up today. We'll get you a free week of all content for us. So congratulations, Michael. Now, I'm going to re-roll it. 1 in 29 chance this comment comes back up, and you actually win 2 weeks. So let's see who the free week winner is of the keyword. It's a snow hump day in my city. Pisa the Great. New name as well. That's 2 new names commenting. Congratulations. Again, email me, username, password, and email, and we will get you both set up for a free week of FTA Plus for both of you. So again, check out the website, fantasyteamadvice.com. You can check us out. $10 for a week, FTA Plus, $30 for a month. Go check us out. We have a yearly pass. We have a lifetime pass as well. So again, if you guys win big using our advice, using our lineups, and you want to tip us, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, signing up to FTA Plus, all of that helps. Super chats help here as well on YouTube, but YouTube takes like 70%, I think, of a super chat. So if you want to help out the channel, and again, I don't know, it's been a while since we mentioned that. YouTube takes a ton off the top, which is wild. But again, if you guys are interested, hit us up. Email us, dfshelp1@gmail.com. A completely free Discord is down below. Good luck today. And as always, guys, you know what to do. Let's bring up some bacon. Peace.